Women are stupid. Let's be honest about this. And the reason why, right? It's not just, and she said it herself, misogyny isn't something new. She's right. In ancient China, to the Middle East, to Eastern Europe, everybody knew that women are so we need to make them second-class citizens. So that's why they didn't have the right to vote and do a lot of stuff. And then now
what an eloquent argument. I never could have come up with something that intelligent. She's acting like a woman right now. Holy crap. Gang of tours and gang of ties, man. What's good, man? I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all being safe out here. Feel me? Cause the world going crazy, man. You feel me? Now look, Myron is back at it again. Yeah, he's back at it again, man. He talking crazy on the internet. You feel me? He talking crazy on the internet. He think he dropping wisdom, but the whole time he sound like the uncle that we don't invite to the barbecues no more. For real. And so we finna break this whole video down. So I'm saying, clip by clip. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to see the whole video, you can go find that on Myron page. But we finna be dropping knowledge and opinion on here. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what this channel is about. So let's go on here with the video, man. Let's go on here with the video.
Feminism, etc. Women are stupid. Let's be honest about this. And the reason why, right? It's not just, and she said it herself, misogyny isn't something new. She's right. In ancient China, to the Middle East, to Eastern Europe, everybody knew that women are so we need to make them second-class citizens. So that's why they didn't have the right to vote and do a lot of stuff. And then now
what an eloquent argument. I never could have come up with something that intelligent.
She's acting like a woman right now. Holy
woman.
crap. I let her speak and now she won't let me speak. So it's interesting to me how she said, oh yeah, this isn't something new. Yeah, you're right. Everyone since ancient times knew that women we need to make them second-class citizens. Here's the craziest part. They lived in other ends of the world and they still realize the Asian dudes, ling bing ding, all the way to the fucking Mohammeds in the Middle East, to the Eastern Europeans of the Slav, they all knew, damn, women are stupid. We need to go ahead and put them in the kitchen. Now they're out the kitchen, and what's going on? Society is crumbling.
Which civilization of all the ones that you listed do you like the most? Do you like modern America, or do you like Saudi Arabia, or do you like, ancient Japan? Which one do you like the most?
Well, look, I like any society that has women under control, and right now we don't, which is why shit is fucked up.
So why don't you move to Saudi Arabia? They don't have the right to vote. They can barely drive.
Yeah, what? It's a great place.
Do you want Sharia law?
No, that's Myron. True. They can drive now. They can drive.
They can drive, and that's bad.
Wait, are you? But be honest.
So you think that Saudi Arabia is a better country than America?
When it comes to handling women, yes. Yes, when they come to
just overall, don't change the question.
And
don't run away
crime
from
is
it.
less in Saudi
Do you
Arabia,
think?
though.
Well, they have less crime.
You were talking about these global things about how when women are oppressed, that's been the societal trend. And so I asked you, modern America decided, along with a whole bunch of Western democracies, and I think you like Western civilization, that's a bad idea. And so the question is, why is America so great if Saudi Arabia's got this one thing so well? What? Shouldn't that be the great country?
Well, you could be better in different ways, right? Like
so Muslim theocracy's got it.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
what I'm saying is, here's the problem, right? When you have women having too much power, it creates a lot of issues because women are communitarian by nature, right? They don't know what the fuck they want to do. They can't even decide what they want to eat, let alone pick their own partners. That's why the divorce rates are through the fucking roof.
Wait, time out. You guys admit it's hard for women to choose what to eat, though, Kat. Is that true? Can we at least agree on that?
Yes, but it also could be all this nicotine gum I'm always chewing.
Okay,
never that hungry.
That is typically my girlfriend. It is hard for women to choose what to eat. I think you're 100% right about that.
Sure, but we also are negating the fact that some of the biggest breakthroughs in ecology science come from the humanitarian approach that women have. DNA was discovered by women. So the issue is that women are decently valuable. When we talk about women being stupid, men are stupid all the time too. Men are the morons that are ending up in fucking jail all the time because they can't stop punching shit.
You just spit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Some of y'all dudes be just be dumb as a rock. You got some dumb women out here too, but y'all men be dumb as a rock. I ain't gonna cap.
Made a good point. I think.
Wait. Is Frederick Meischer a woman?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. A dude gonna do dumb shit before a woman do. I promise you. Look who running the jails. A dude gonna do dumb shit before a woman do. I promise you.
It was first identified by Swiss chemist Friedrich Meischer.
Yeah, they were trying to take credit for our stuff. They also said they were trying to say Wi-Fi was made by women. No, it wasn't. It was made by men as well. Women don't invent anything. They don't contribute to anything besides. To be honest, the only real value women have.
He said women don't invent anything. Okay, let's look this up, y'all. Windshield wipers, dishwasher, liquid paper, circular saw, home security system, wireless transmission, coffee filters, medical syringe. Come on, man. What we doing? You feel me? What we doing? The bitch that men took credit for. Let's see here. Wi-Fi. Co-invented a secret communication that used information, a fundamental concept for wireless technologies, blah, blah, blah. That DNA, the computer algorithm, nuclear fusion. Oh shit. Fission. Nuclear fission. Man, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. Yeah, man. Stop playing with the women, man. For real. Y'all finna stop playing with the women, bro. If you gay, just say that. You feel me?
Have his reproductive
I contribute
value.
more to the economy than you do, Myron, just objectively.
Wait. I want to say I'm on Kat and not to her side though. That don't you think women are equally valuable to society though? You don't think so,
Dude? If you
He just likes to hear himself talk and play the blame game. That's all he like to do. He don't like take no accountability. So let's let Myron talk.
remove sex and reproduction, they provide almost nothing.
Yeah, but those are
We're gonna be
we
honest.
wouldn't have life without those things.
Yeah,
so
sure.
so don't
Well, sure. But I want to be clear about this.
Field?
We don't need them. Like, here's the thing: women need us. We don't need them. We need them to.
We need each other, y'all. Like, stop letting this fucking moron. His name shouldn't be Myron. It should be Moron. Because, bro, this nigga just idiot. Why would you say that, bro? If that's the case, bro, if you don't need women, go be with men. Like, go have sex with men. Go have a men pack your condoms for you.
Arguments. This is how it is. She packs my condoms when I travel.
You know what I'm saying? Go be with men. Like, I don't understand why we have to sit here and argue that women don't bring value when you sitting here with a co-host woman. Everybody on your show be women, Myron. Without women, Myron, you wouldn't even have a show. You understand what I'm saying? So that just don't make no sense. He just talking.
They have our babies, for the next generation. Yeah. That's what my point. I said outside of reproduction. Oh. So, like, if we want to have kids, yes, we need them, but they need us for everything. So the reality is, men bring far more value to society than women do. The only real value they provide is reproductive value. Because let's be honest here, you guys don't give a fuck about what they got to say. You guys are here for us. Nobody cares about what women got to say. They're the suckiest podcasters. Female YouTubers suck.
That's cap. You talking about nobody? Everybody listens to what women say. That's why men are men. That's why you want to be the toughest guy in the room, and it ain't because of you. You want to be. It's because you want to impress the women. Women got to say so in everything. Stop playing.
Nobody gives a fuck about their opinion. We're just there for the tits.
Isn't like some of the largest podcasts? Candace Owens, Call Her Daddy. Like some of the largest podcasts are female run.
To be fair,
Candace Owens is an exception.
It doesn't matter if you don't like them. The point is that they're highly successful. So maybe you guys don't like to listen to women, but that doesn't mean that broader society doesn't. Right. For example, take women out of the workforce. You've nuked your economy overnight. It's done. They contribute, even if we're being mild and conservative, 30%.
Well, that'd be good.
50%.
That'd be good for the airline pilot industry, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that save us a lot?
I don't know. It seems like there's a lot more going on with the airline pilot industry than just women.
But women are usually taking social jobs like teachers and nurses and stuff like that.
Yeah, we need those jobs.
We do, but we need petroleum engineers more.
I would disagree. We need to raise our children. I would like literate children.
Are you kidding me?
Ooh, that's a hot take. Public schools are shit.
But we should still be teaching our kids. We want our kids to be literate.
I agree. And I think
we need nurses,
women are great teachers,
right? Like every one of you has been to a hospital, and you're probably super grateful that there's an entire health industry oriented at making sure that your ass doesn't die. Especially a lot of your fat asses don't die.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't say nothing. Can't say shit. Look at him. Can't say nothing. He's trying to think of his next little lie or something that he could just say just to hear himself talk. He just like to hear his voice, y'all. I'm convinced. He don't believe this shit.
I can feel the tension. I like that.
I was just going to say.
Real quick, though, I do want to say thank you guys for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Seriously. And this is our third time doing it here. And I have to say that last week was a little tense with Michael Malice, but you can feel the tension up here. I kind of like this debate, and we want to encourage you guys to all come up, whatever you guys, whether
feminism.
Sure. Feminism is, here, I always write it down so I can always cite it. Feminism, the empowerment of women's agency and the promotion of femininity.
What is femininity?
Femininity would be like the emergent
pretty.
things that we see. Nurturance, typically like empathy and kindness. All the things that we typically see in a Western society that would go, yeah, that's feminine by and large. Understanding, these sorts of things.
Things they identify as feminine as femininity.
Typically, yeah,
Basically.
but like what's
I agree with that.
what's
Yeah.
masculinity?
I guess
The things that we
hot
kind
take,
of
I don't think
identify with
women have
men.
empathy.
Bears
Oh,
drinking
wow.
big
I don't think-
beers.
Well, it's like things like bravery and
Look, he just about to say something stupid. Look.
strength, right? It's things like being like protective, right? These are the things that we like see in all of our stories as masculine or feminine.
Were you guys going to get your chance? Everybody shut the fuck up.
Is femininity then related to like nurturing,
Yeah,
having babies?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's
Slow?
good.
Duh.
Hot take. I think women actually lack empathy. Contrary to them saying that they have empathy, I think women have sympathy. They can feel sorry and compassion for sure. But when it comes to empathy, especially to the masculine experience, they don't have it at all. I would argue most women don't know what men want. They don't know what men are interested in. They don't know what it takes to keep a man around, which is why most girls can't even stay in a relationship long term or get married. And let's be honest here, the reason why they're not empathetic is because there's no need to be empathetic because men approach them. Since men approach them and they do the courting and they have to do everything up front, especially at the beginning, a lot of women aren't empathetic to the masculine experience because they don't have to be. Versus men, we have to be empathetic to women, otherwise we don't get laid.
Yeah, you're
There's a
very
part-
You
empathetic.
want to know something? He's definitely not empathetic. He's like, he has zero empathy. You feel what I'm saying? He's 100% a narcissist, and we all know narcissists have zero empathy. So I don't know what his point that it is he's trying to make, that he has more empathy. I don't know what the fuck point he's trying to make, but it sounds dumb. It sounds like complete garbage, bro. Just throw his whole ass away. Throw his ass away.
Because men approach them. Since men approach them and they do the courting and they have to do everything up front, especially at the beginning, a lot of women aren't empathetic to the masculine experience because they don't have to be. Versus men, we have to be empathetic to women.
Women are empathetic to men all the time. Do you know how many women be taking y'all side, taking y'all back? You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And I mean, you got some men out here that take women. Nah, men don't take women back. I was just about to cap. You got some men out here, but most men ain't finna take no women back. But women take men back, and men, y'all know that. You feel what I'm saying? Especially if you, like, you know, you kind of him for real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you not, then yeah. But if you kind of him for real, women be having tons of empathy for you niggas, bro. Tons. You feel me? Now, just because they don't have empathy for you, Myron, is because you don't have empathy for them. You understand what I'm saying? It goes both ways, Myron. You don't experience empathy from women because you don't have any for women. You know what I'm saying? The energy you give out is the energy that you're going to get, Myron. So if you lack empathy for others, others will lack empathy for you. Simple.
Otherwise, we don't get laid.
Yeah, you're
There's a
very
burden of performance
empathetic
on
to
us.
women.
No, well, here's the thing. I understand you guys, which is why I don't respect you. So that's why, because the reality is, if you
This
understand
man don't understand a lick about women, bro.
women, there's no way you can respect them as an equal because they're inferior in almost every way.
Well, in what
what
ways?
does that mean in
I
Yeah,
just
in
don't
what ways?
understand why you would
Like
say
in
that.
sports.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing. You can either respect them as an equal, right? Or you don't respect. Like, my thing is, I understand women. So since, therefore, I understand women, I cannot respect you guys as equals because you guys have a completely different worldview. You guys are inferior in almost everything that matters.
Like in what?
And,
Like what? Name
Yeah,
the
you
things.
you
that
guys
saying
are
that
weaker,
over, I'm
dumber,
stupid,
smaller,
blah, blah, blah. I'm
like,
bored.
Weaker,
like-
dumber,
yeah, literally, like,
less
yeah.
fit, less strong.
well,
but
yeah,
by these
You guys are
standards,
inferior.
your co-host is inferior to you in every way because he's weaker. He doesn't
he's still
exercise
superior
as
to
much.
you.
He's
So
not as strong.
that's my point.
That's not what. Well, the issue is. Well, the
He's still
issue is.
superior to you, though.
Well, the issue is on the thing. Well, actually, not really. I think I'm actually fitter than Fresh. He's stronger than me, but I think I'm literally fitter than him. And also, when it comes to debates, I tend to do better than him in debates. All the things that you tend to value are the things that he's inferior. The issue is. Hold on, just so it's clear.
Can you open
I
a
don't
pickle jar?
think. I don't think that Fresh is inferior because I don't think that only these things matter to the value of a person. When we talk about things like the Western civilization tradition, if you guys actually care about the American project and what this means, we have to get real about the things that are the precepts of what we believe in. Right. This is things like Christian theology and Aristotelian thinking. And in these precepts, everyone assumes that there is going to be a variety of ways in which people are beneficial, but we don't typically give inferior or superior because we recognize, for example, that while Fresh is not as strong as a debater as you, he's so good at networking, he's really personable, he's really good at like connecting people, and you value that. Whereas women are strong at other things. We don't have to be equal, we
making
just need to be
sandwiches.
valuable.
But isn't there
Like making
like you said
Good one.
Christian?
You notice how
you said
no one
Christian
laughed
theology?
because that's like the oldest joke that's ever been told. Women make sandwiches. You're stupid.
Yeah,
blah,
like,
blah,
his
blah.
logic is so like 1950, bro. Like, bro, grow up. Come to the present day and age, nigga. It's 2025, bro. The world is totally different than 1950s, bro. You gotta adapt, my nigga. You feel me? You gotta adapt. You old ass man, for real.
It's like, I'm bored already.
All right. Again, I'm still trying to figure out why she's talking. This is not a kitchen. I don't know what's going
There
on
it
right
is
now.
again.
Like,
There it is again.
It's crazy. to
I
me.
think it's great when you talk, though, because a lot of times people say that there's no need for feminism anymore. And then people hear you talk, and you're saying that, you know, women should all be owned by men and all these other things that you say. And people might think differently. A lot different new audience is going to see you thanks to me being on this panel. You're welcome, by the way.
Who are
Is
you
that what
again?
you- is
I don't
that
even
what-
know who is this female? I don't even know.
She's the co-host of the highest-rated show.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, no one watches
top-rated
no one
late
watches
night
mainstream
show.
media anymore anyway, so that's fine.
Would you actually think women should be owned, Myron? As she said, you believe.
I mean, it's kind of funny. She's over here, all this blah blah, but she's married, which is a male-led institution, which is interesting to me. So it's like she's buying into it, even though she's trying to sit here and be like, I'm kind of like I'm a feminist, but at the same time I'm married. Blah blah blah. It's like pick one, man. You
What do you
serve under a
mean?
man, so it's like I don't even know why she's talking. So
I serve under a man.
yeah, you're married to a guy, which marriage in itself is a male-led institution.
See, not my marriage.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
God.
equal
So you wear the
partners.
pants in your.
We're equal partners in my marriage. I know that's crazy. But it
The concept of equality is a lie. It's not true. One
do you
is
mean?
always
What
the
does that
leader.
mean?
Who's the leader in your relationship? Who's the decision maker? You or him?
Depends on the thing.
This doesn't
Who
make,
is-
this
who's-
doesn't make one
Who's the
person more or
main
less
leader in the
morally
relationship?
valuable,
You or
though.
him?
It depends on the thing. We are equal partners. We've been through a shit ton together.
crap.
A lot of stuff together, especially recently.
He can't
and
relate. He
I
can't
love him
relate.
very much. He loves me very much. And
can't
I would
relate.
never have a
He never
child
had
with
that.
somebody who didn't see me as a person. I see a lot of posts on the internet about like the fertility problem and why aren't women having kids? And you look at the comments, you see why maybe women don't want to have kids with. It ain't the women that are the problem a lot of the times. There's a lot of problems with talking about women, why don't women want to have kids, and not enough talk about why men aren't becoming, in some cases, the kind of partners that women would that women would want to have a child with.
Exactly.
I did not meet someone I'd want to have a child with until I met my husband when I was 30
Still
years
trying to
old.
figure out who the leader is here.
But
Nothing gets done by a committee.
But
He deflected once more again. Y'all see that? This is a mechanism that he does.
Because not
nothing gets
everybody
done by a
views the
committee.
world the way you
I want to
do,
bring it back to.
thankfully.
I want to bring it back to feminism because I
Won't
think
answer the question.
I think feminism is a key component in relationship breakdown. There was a story several years ago where in New York, women in their 30s could not find men who made as much or more than they did. And it was like a shock to the system. All these writers, these are female writers for various opinion outlets saying, why can't we find good men? And because they weren't attracted to guys who made less and they didn't want to be with younger guys. So the guys who were the same age as them, who made $50,000 a year, were like, I can date a 24-year-old woman, somebody who wants to have a family and is younger. So guys are aiming for younger women, but women are being told to get jobs and have careers. But you mentioned guys aren't stepping up. I think this creates an inverse problem where for young men, they're either struggling to date because younger women can date older guys through dating apps, or women, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? If you know what I mean.
Like you can have sex without like commitment.
These guys who are young are like, I don't need a job. I don't need status because if I go to the club and spend $15 on booze, I get laid.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just think that like this is like the trade-off of agency, right? Like agency is one of the most important things that we can have, the ability to choose, right? Because if you don't have agency, you can't choose to do noble and good things. You can't choose to do bad things. And so I would agree that like when I look at the modern dating culture, first of all, the 24-year-old girls are not like, I'm so ready to settle down and have kids.
Right.
They're like, these are the people you're calling whores half the time, right? And so
They used to be.
yeah,
People used to get married and have kids at 22.
Sure, but we also died at 55 around the same time.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
That is not correct.
Yeah.
We did have a
That-
lower life
that is
We died a lot more sooner back then. Yes.
Had
not
a
correct.
much shorter life
The shorter life
expectancy.
Look it
expectancy
up.
was due to the infant mortality rate. People actually who survived infancy would live for a very long time. But
no.
while people are lived, the expectancy.
no,
They
men were
didn't have
dying.
the medication that they got now. They didn't have none of that. He's cow, man. Do we need to look it up? Let's look it up. Let's look it up, y'all. People today live significantly longer than our ancestors. Boom. See that?
Dying in mines.
They're not at 55.
No, men were dying in mines and women were also dying in childbirth.
And while life expectancy has increased by a few years recently,
A lot.
that isn't changing the fact that society used to be very different, Women but pre-feminism were focused on families, and the big social deal was who are you going steady with and who you're having a family with. I'm not saying society should be that way, but when that's gone and women start prioritizing what job am I going to have, you're not going to have families at 22 like we used to anymore. And now we're in a fertility crisis, and we've got no young people. Gen Alpha is only 40 million people. It is half the size of the millennials.
Sure. So to this, I would basically say I agree that there has been a lot of cons that have come with giving women agency. I think giving women agency is actually like a deontological good. Letting people choose means that they have the choice to choose the noble things. This is really, really important in Western society specifically.
You want to know why? Because that's what makes the Western society the land of the free. It no longer becomes free when you take agency from somebody. And then what other people do with their lives, bro, should not have anything to do with you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Myron and them, they tell these stories based off their life. That's not everybody's truth. Damn sure ain't my truth. Damn sure ain't my mama truth. Damn sure ain't my brother truth. My homeboys, my homegirls, it ain't they truth. We all think way different than Myron because we actually get females for real. You feel what I'm saying? We actually have a happy for real life in real life. Myron is miserable. You feel what I'm saying? So his whole outlook on the world is so like so diluted and just full of filth because his life is so filthy. You feel what I'm saying?
This is the foundation of what we believe in the American project. Right. And so, yes, women back then didn't have as many choices. They couldn't own private property. They basically had to be married to a man to have any access or rights or power.
They couldn't have a credit card till the 80s.
Exactly, right? So women had...
Better times.
Women had less agency. Women had less agency. But I would argue that that was a moral failing of society. And just because the outcomes right now might be worse, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is not something that we fundamentally value. We value in America giving people choice.
I hear that. I remember, last week we had this big debate on police, and I think the shortcomings for Michael Malice, I respect the guy, he's a good friend, but he kept saying police were bad. And it sounded like all he was saying was, yes, there are big problems with police and there's no alternative, or the system will always be bad in some way, but there is a worse. So I look at this now and I'm like, okay, I agree to a certain degree on the deontological aspect of people should have free choice. You want to have a job, you can do it. You want to have finances, all that's fine. Is the end result then the Gen Alpha is 40 million and collapsing, and there won't be any humans in the future, or cities are going to start shrinking?
Let's be real. It's always going to be humans out here having sex, bro. Just because it dropped a couple million or whatever the fuck the case may be, don't mean that it's all over. Like, come on, bro. It might shoot down. It might shoot back up, bro. Like, you never know. It's just the day and age that we in. You feel what I'm saying? And it's already going to be deteriorating with these robots. These niggas is not trying to be having sex with these females. They finna be on them robots' ass. You already know what's going on.
Infrastructure is going to start crumbling, and we're going to go, it was a moral good to make sure that we had this semblance of equality under the law, and then society was destroyed by it.
Well, equity of agency does mean bad outcomes sometimes. The issue is that I'm not opposed to people strongly.
Which proves that when women have agency, things go bad.
No, actually, when most people have agency, people make terrible choices, right? When we give young men free agency, what's the window where young men do the most crime? It's typically the ages where they get the most amount of agency. People, when they are given choice, often choose poorly, but that's not the reason we don't give them choice. Because if we don't give them choice, they are enslaved to correct action because of necessity. And that's not the world that we want to live in. We want people to choose the noble thing because they are choosing to do so.
Now here's the thing. Wait, I see your perspective with agency. I see that, but we need to be honest with women. The problem is that we're not honest with women, right? We don't tell them, look, if you want to pursue a career, you want to make money, your chances of finding a guy down the road are going to be significantly harder. We don't tell them if you decide to be promiscuous.
Don't listen to this man, ladies. That is complete cap. You know how many women got jobs and met their husband at the job? You feel what I'm saying? And now her and the husband is like happily married doing the same thing because they like the same, you feel what I'm saying? They got the same values. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's not true. For him, it might be true, but that's not true for everybody. So ladies, don't listen to him, bro. Don't listen to him. It's a lot of smart men that take value in you're smart. Smart men like smart women. Period. Don't no dumb man want to be with don't no smart man want to be no dumb female. Like, that would literally irritate him for real. You feel what I'm saying? Now, dumb females, he would like dumb females because he's dumb. Feel what I'm saying? Universe gets you what you are, not what you want. You feel what I'm saying? So he runs into a lot of dummies because he's a dummy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Now it's going to cost you later on. We tell women they should be able to do whatever they want and not deal with consequences of their actions. In other words, go ahead and be on OnlyFans and you'll still find a guy that's 6'3" making $100,000 a month that's going to take you seriously. It's not going to happen.
Sure,
so we're not honest with women about what happens. And the reason why is because women don't really deal with the consequences of their bad decisions a lot of times until it's too late. At least with men, if I'm a loser, I have to deal with the consequences of being a loser. Women don't. We don't tell them the truth. Because financially, there's no incentive to tell women the truth because women are consumers. So we want to tell them what sounds good so they continue to consume.
Bro, real quick, it's like how Unilever owns Ben and
bro.
Jerry's.
Tell her stuff that sound good to get in her drawers. Come on, bro. We know the play, bro. Bro, y'all are the ones gassing these hoes up. The hoes, not the good girls, not the wifey type. Y'all gas up the hoes and get mad when they gassed. I'm confused.
Yep.
And they own Dove's Real Beauty campaign. It's like telling all these women, hey, you're beautiful if you're fat. By the way, here's our ice cream. Eat more of it.
Yeah. We don't tell women the truth, which is one of my biggest problems. Like if we want to give them agency, that's fine. But at least let's let them know this is what your agency comes with. And if you decide to go down this road, this was going to happen. We don't tell women the truth, which is one of the biggest issues.
I'm totally with you, actually. So one of my biggest frustrations with feminism, as somebody who's defending feminism, which is funny because feminists really don't like me a lot of the time, is that I think that we have done a lot of infantilizing of women. I think that infantilizing of women was a form of sexism that came with low agency. And the issue is that women are being like, we want agency, but also baby us. And I think that that's a bad thing. The issue is that I have no issue with you saying, women, you should have a family. It's the thing that you will come to love the most. You should be more careful in who you're selecting. I don't have any issue with this.
Right.
I have an issue with you taking away my rights.
Right.
Because that takes away my agency.
Right.
Well,
because you got
a lot of times
some women don't want a family, and that's okay. If you run into a woman and she don't want a family, and you a man that wants a family, don't associate yourself with her. Don't marry a girl like that. It's literally that simple. Let that girl go find a man that doesn't want to get married either and don't want no kids. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just find your type, bro. Find what you like. You feel what I'm saying? But you have to be the person that you have to be the person that you want to date would like. If y'all understand what I mean.
You have to take your agency away so you make the right decisions. That's the problem.
Well,
and that's
the
how it
issue,
used to work for a
that's
very
not
long
meaningful.
time.
That's
because
not
when
meaningful.
you leave women, well, here's the thing. When you leave women to their own devices, they make really bad decisions.
When you
right?
leave men
Look
to
at
their
the
own
divorce
devices,
rates,
they
look at
make
the marriage
bad
rates. Look at the way
decisions.
society is now, where the
Human
nuclear
being.
family is crumbling. When you give women their own decisions, they make really bad decisions. That's why the father was so important, because we would keep our daughters off the strip poles and our sons out of jail. At least with men, however,
Yeah.
when we do dumb shit, we deal with consequences. With
How many
women,
men are addicted
they
to
don't deal
porn?
With, they don't deal with consequences.
How many men are addicted to porn?
Here's the thing, though. They're addicted
A
to
lot.
porn because you're right. But again, they deal with consequences for being fucking losers. Women don't. That's my point.
Women do,
What does that
because they
mean?
turn.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Of course they do. You already said that if they go on and they have all this career and stuff, they're going to be less likely to find a man. That is the consequence of their choice.
But they don't
that
find
you're
out till
talking
it's
about.
too late. Is my point.
The issue is that most
And we
men
don't
who are
tell them
addicted to
this.
porn don't discover how much it's fucking up their sex lives until
Their
they actually
dicks
get a
can't come
girlfriend
out,
and
yeah.
they can't inside their girlfriend. That's the issue with porn addiction.
Sure.
So
Wait,
typically,
hold on. Myron, you want to ban porn?
Do I? Man,
I
it
would.
has a lot of. Dude, I'm very close to. Yeah,
he
I
wants
think
a nanny state, guys.
I think it needs to be regulated in a way. I think we need to regulate it.
You
You're
want to
right.
ban porn?
agree with
I think it's a
Myron.
problem.
No.
You don't. But what about all those problems you just named?
Again, I don't want to ban drugs, even though drugs cause addiction a lot of the time. I
So,
want
okay.
people to make choices, and I want there to be off ramps for bad
But
choices.
see, I agree with her too, because you still gotta make sure that people can make that choice. Because if they can't, they're gonna start taking away more stuff from both sexes. Like men and women, both of y'all gotta understand, we all slaves to the government. We all. It don't matter if you black, white man, Arab man. It don't matter. We all slaves to the system. So if we start this, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's gonna go far. Just like what Trump doing with the ICE and all that, it's gonna keep going far. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta draw the line, bro. You still gotta be a thing of freedom, because that's how, when you make mistakes, that's the only way you learn.
I want people to make a noble choice. If I sit my kid down, hold on. If I sit my kid down and I say carrots or broccoli, and they choose carrots, I'm not going to be like, wow, my kid's picking healthy food. No, they were forced to the correct action by necessity. Right. I don't want that
What if
society.
you had ice cream to that? What if you said broccoli, carrots, ice cream? What are they going to pick?
Now they have agency.
And what are they going to pick?
They're probably going to pick ice cream for a long
Fuck
time.
yeah, ice cream every time.
Yeah.
So
Until they get tummy aches
here's my
and then they
question.
stop.
There you go. They learn
And
the
this is
lesson.
not to agree or disagree, but it's a philosophical moral question. You keep saying, yes, these bad things are going to happen, but we should be able to choose.
Yes.
If that system leads to the end of humanity, is it the right choice?
That system has led to America as it is today, and I think America.
No, that's not correct.
It
well,
absolutely
technically
is.
it is.
Hold on.
With all its crime and
well, what is Western
dysfunction.
civilization? Western civilization is Greek philosophy, it's Roman bureaucracy and law, and it is Christian theology. That's the foundations of Western society. And all of these systems value individualism. It values your ability to make choices, including bad choices.
So let me ask you: is it like it's nice to have your door open on a nice, cool summer night? You know,
Sure.
it feels good. And then at 3 a.m, one day a guy breaks into your house. Yes, you can mention that there are good systems that lead to comfortability and success, but eventually those can create security problems for your society, which creates the ebb and flow of security states.
Exactly, but
the
this is
problems
why
are going to get so
It's
bad.
always going to be bad and good. Even if, like, you can, it don't matter how much good you think that you're doing, it still could be bad in somebody else's eyes, bro. So you can't get rid of bad or good. You just can't do it. It's impossible. It's always going to be bad in the world, and it's always going to be good in the world, period.
That more Myrons are going to start emerging because they're going to say, crime is way too high. Women keep voting for Democrats overwhelmingly, and whether the reason is that women vote for Democrats, that's what they identify, and then it's going to lead to some kind of social disorder and then an authoritarian shift.
Sure. So there's this.
Kamala
I
would be
wish
president right now if we had to rely on female votes. She would literally
probably
be president right now.
Yeah. So
That's bad.
Wow. Why even date women if you don't like them, Myron? For real. Let's be real. I really think Myron just can't get any females, so he takes his anger out on them. And I also feel like he just be talking to at the same time. I feel like he just likes to hear himself talk, and this is the only way he really get money for real. So he has to keep, going with the same topic. You feel what I'm saying? To get some money. But let me know what y'all think about Myron and his crazy ass. You feel what I'm saying? I think them women did a good job. Well, that lady did a good job on his ass, debating his ass. But yeah, man, y'all let me know. Please like, comment, and subscribe for me. I love y'all. Y'all be safe in these streets, man.